Have you ever done the death math on your birthday? That's where, especially when we get into our 40s, 50s, 60s and above, you wake up going, oh my gosh, I can't believe how old I am. And in 10 years, I'm going to be this old. And in 20 years, I'm going to be this old. Oh my gosh. Well, you're not alone. And in fact, to be honest with you, I had a milestone birthday just a few days ago, and it happened to me. But then I caught myself. And in this video, I am going to give you, first of all, a 30-second reset so that you get out of that negative spiral, and instead, you're celebrating the fact that you were born. But even more importantly than that, I'm also going to give you 3 very answerable questions that will shift you from obsessing about the stereotype of a frigging number and what you think that should be, that maybe isn't for you and maybe never was for anybody, and open up that mindset to discovering and pursuing and having the future you want and need and deserve, because you're going to customize it. And so this may be the best birthday gift you ever received, and it's going to enable you to make this next phase of life, whatever it is, your turn in life, to live life on your terms. So let's get started.
Helping you find your new way forward to the best years of your life. This is a New Way Forward podcast with Paul Long.
So I've had 1.5 milestone birthday freakouts. And the first one, believe it or not, was when I was 25 years old. And what it was that Orson Welles, the great actor, director, writer, was somebody who I really admired and thought a lot of and what he did. And by age 25, he had done the famous, if not infamous, War of the Worlds radio broadcast, and he had conceptualized, co-wrote and directed and starred in Citizen Kane, and many people consider that to be the greatest movie ever made. And here I was, an anchor and reporter in Des Moines, Iowa. I felt left behind, and I was running out of time. Does this sound familiar? Well, here's what I learned from it. First of all, as I got older, people who were younger than me would say, oh, Paul, I just turned 30. I'm getting so old. And I'd say, hey, I understand that. I felt the same way. But here's what I've realized is that in the first place, when you turn 40, you're going to look back and say, wow, I was really young at 30, but now I'm older. And then at 50, you're going to say, wow, 40 was really younger, but now I'm older. And then that just keeps going. What does that tell you? That tells you that age is only what we make of it. Better yet, take out the damn word age. It's what is our life at any given point in time is what we are making of it, irrespective of our age. I really believe a lot of people become old because they think they're supposed to. And if you think you're young, well, maybe someday you're going to find out that you're not. No, it's really just about what are you doing with your life? And how are you living it? And are you doing it with intent and in a way that you design and is important to you? Then age isn't just a number. It's not much of a consideration, if at all. And so that half milestone birthday freakout that I had was, the other day. But it lasted just a few seconds because I caught myself, and that's counter to the mindset and the beliefs and then the actions and the proof of how I've been living my life and how I developed my olderhood, how I designed it and what I intend for it to be. So that I'm not ascribing how I'm supposed to be or what my life is supposed to be like based on a number that's got a bunch of baggage and stereotypes to it that may or may not and likely doesn't apply to you or to me. So for instance, honest to gosh truth, I honestly cannot perceive myself as being anywhere near my chronological age. Maybe when I look in the mirror, granted. But my bio age is 20 years younger than my chronological age. And in terms of the way I am, the type of person I am and what's important to me and what I want to do and how I want to express myself and how I want to make a difference, that's no different than it's been since I started forming my adulthood in college. And in terms of my drive and determination and desire to be inventive and to create things and to share stories and to make a difference, again, the same that it's been since I was in college. That's what this New Way Forward thing is a manifestation of. And if anything, I'm better at it. And so, yes, I'm closer to the end than the beginning. Yes, it takes more work to keep my health up and everything else. Well, I accept that. That's life. That just goes with it, just like so many other things that we have to have in life. But I'm determined to die young at an old age, to be relevant, independent, and purposeful until my 90s, until I go to sleep one night and don't wake up. And so you see, because I've taken ownership, because I've designed it, because I've done some of the stuff I'm about to share with you, whenever I hit a milestone birthday, at worst, what happened the other day? 10 seconds of freak out. But for the most part, it's going to be meh. So here is a 30-second reset you can do at any time, let alone a milestone birthday, to get out of that fear of demise and regret and on your way to something better. And so step number one is to call it out. So yeah, on that morning, I'm like, Paul, wait, hold on a second. Hey, there it is. There it is. This is typical, especially as we get older. Well, first of all, just by calling it out and noting it, you're stopping the spiral and you're allowing yourself to shift to something better. And what I shifted to is the life and the self-identity that I've created for myself, that I've already shared with you. And I'm like, this doesn't apply to me. Yes, I am closer to the end, but that's the other thing, because really the only two things that you can do about it when we do get older, and yes, those truths about getting older, is number one, not letting it ruin your life and not letting it send you into a downward spiral. But instead, number two, doing what you can with what you have and living with the intention of I'm going to make the most of every moment that I have left. Step two, I ask one question, and here it is. Is anything really different today than it was yesterday? No. My health, same. My relationship, same. What I'm doing, same. Who I am, same. Nothing's really changed. It's kind of like when I was a kid, I snuck out of bed and I went in the kitchen and watched the clock cross midnight on New Year's Eve. And it's like, so what? It's an excuse to have a party. Nothing's really changed. It's putting that in its place. Step three, redirect yourself. So instead of going down that spiral of, oh my gosh, in 10 years I'm going to be, and all of that, redirect it to what do I want the year ahead to be like? What do I want things to be like next year on my birthday or any other time period? You know, the things that you're working toward, the things that you're enjoying and you want to be maintaining, or the new way forward that you're pursuing, or that you're going to spend the year working on that new direction for yourself with this new attitude, this new way of being that this Paul Long guy's talking about. See, it's something that you're excited about and it's positive and it's also fostering it. But here's the second thing. Practice your gratitude. You cannot be unhappy if you're being grateful. And if you take a moment, especially on your birthday, I do it every morning before I get out of bed and every morning, every night when I get in bed. But if you're sitting there being grateful for the fact that you're freaking alive and that you hit the 400 trillion to 1 odds that you were even born, and you start noticing the things to be grateful for in terms of family and friends and a significant other and the things that you're doing and that you're still alive and that's the things that you're going to do. Well, now you have completely turned around a death spiral into a life-fulfilling moment. Here are 3 questions to answer. Now, as soon as this video is over, to be that launch pad that I talked about, to launch yourself into the upcoming year, into your next birthday, to help you on that next birthday look back and say, wow, That was great, not worrying about my number, but instead wondering about how I wanted to be and how I wanted my life to be. And I'm going to do it again and again and again and again. So, question number one is, who do I want to be? And what do I want my life to be like in the upcoming year? So, a lot of this can be based on fact. Like for me, just to give you an example, I continue improving my health. I'm very active. I'm succeeding at this new way forward thing. I'm being there as a husband and a father and as a friend. I'm making a contribution. I'm having a good time. And when my next birthday comes up, I'm going to look back and say, that was one hell of a year. Now let's map out next year too. You see what you're doing? You're not even dealing with the number. You're dealing with the life you want to have and the person you want to be. So question number two, what does my life look like and my day look like when it's working well? Now, this is something that we tend to overlook. I mean, we've got these big goals and this power of intention and what I want it to be like, but we got to get there. And the upcoming year is 365 days of life and 24 hours a day, all those moments. You see what I mean? So in the first place, it's determining what you need to do, but how you're going to do it and how to make it all work and fit. I mean, for me, for example, a big thing with me is I want to get these things done. I want my things to be here, so these are the things I'm going to need to do. But what I've not been good at is enough downtime, recreation time, or whatever. And so already in answering this question, I've started building out a time blocking schedule to make it work better for me. So I've got the better balance and therefore the better success. And I have the outcome for my next birthday that I'm looking for. And question three, what is one thing I can do this week, today, or even tomorrow to move toward that? Here again, this is about the importance of those details and to have a plan and a structure. Because once you start putting down the plan and you put it down on paper, I put it down on whiteboard and a paper because I really started blocking out what I was going to have to do and how I was going to do it. And I gave myself deadlines for some of those things that I haven't taken care of. And again, it felt great. And so far, several days since my birthday, because I did it the next day, it's working. And I'm more confident and I feel less stressed and angst about it. And I'm doing it. And by doing it, keeping that in front of me and reviewing it every day, I will get to where I intend to be for my next birthday. So as I said earlier, I think some people become old just because they think they're supposed to. And a lot of that is because they put a belief that this number tells me who I am and what my life is supposed to be like. Come on, right? I bet, did you hear the absurdity in that statement? But instead, what I just shared with you was not only a way to get out of that trap, and it kind of happened to me the other day. It happens. It's not just getting out of that trap, but we totally pivoted it to something that is enabling and powerful to have the life in the year ahead till your next birthday and on and on and on be everything you want and need it to be by not ascribing to the stereotype that comes with the number of age. Oh, and by the way, you may have been wondering, well, Paul, you never mentioned what your age is, what birthday you had. Yeah, you're right. I didn't, because age is just a number.
Learn more ways to enhance your life and discover a new way forward that's perfect for you by watching these videos or any others on my channel. Oh, and be sure to subscribe.